Well, our robot overlords, our AIs in charge, say that we are streaming in live. I want to believe them because I too wish to support our AI overlords. Hello, folks. This is our Sunday Fun Day where we run playtests and just fun adventures in general. Tonight we got something special in support of the John Carter of Mars audio drama that's currently on Kickstarter. Here is the link. As part of the rewards, there is a role-playing kind of source book that's going to have an adventure and an appendix that will let folks run characters in the Mars Barsoom setting of John Carter. Let me know if folks can hear me okay. The rule set can be 5e. We're going to put some Pathfinder in there, 2nd edition. And the 5e is fairly light, so it can be used for most OSR style games as well. And yes, we know that Modifius 2D20 had a fantastic John Carter of Mars system, which in fact you can pick up those books in this Kickstarter as well. We are going to give, not stats, because you can find those in the Modifius books, but we will give some information as to how to run this adventure using the 2D20 system as well. But for tonight, I have asked my players to make 5th edition, first level characters. And let's see what they've come up with. Jake, who are you presenting us with tonight?
Well, I will be portraying Conrad, who is a fighter theme, or a pirate-themed fighter. I figure his, backstory, if necessary, could be like a firstborn pirate, that sort of thing.
Okay. Brad, what have you got?
Sorry, there we go. I've got a first-level barbarian named Randall.
Okay, that works. John, what have you gotten?
Yes, I've got a first level human monk. Goes by the name of Cyrus, and he carries his staff is a broken haft of wood from his favorite broom.
Okay, it's good to have favorite brooms.
It is.
Yeah, and you practice the custodial arts?
I do. I sweep real good.
Chuck, who you got?
Yeah, I am playing Morthos the Red, tiefling warlock of Asmodeus. Actually, Jake's character and my character's previous campaigns were best of buddies.
Okay.
Even after Jake's character died, so yeah.
At Morthos' hands.
All right, well, you'll note that these are fantasy characters, which is perfectly fine. We're writing the adventure so that folks can drop in first-level characters from starting campaigns that GMs and judges can just import them right in. They can be from modern campaigns as well. It kind of all washes out because your transport to Mars/Barsoom entitles some changes to your characters, much like what happened to John Carter himself in the novels. So, as we start off, you all open your eyes. You find yourself lying face down in an orange-red moss, a little comfortable. And as you blink your eyes open and look around, you find that you seem to be in a desert, with this little patch of moss being the only vegetation you really see around you. The second thing you notice is breathing isn't easy. The air seems a little stilted. Actually getting a full lung full of breath takes a little bit of effort. The last thing any of you remember is exploring in a cave, and a green vapor started seeping in through the floors and walls just as you had discovered a skeleton. It was wearing some bizarre accoutrement, some bizarre clothing that seemed not right at the time. And now you find yourself here. Third point of interest, you're naked.
No.
There's no items. None of your favorite broom is gone. Armor, clothing, even your small clothing, all gone. So you are new as the day you were born. How do folks react?
Well, it's a bit cold out here, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Pretty warm, actually. The desert.
No.
Okay.
Well, guys, it really seems like we had a great time. But what did you all do with my pants?
I didn't do anything with your pants.
I assume I did the same thing with my pants. I can't remember for the life of me.
There are
An
no
excellent
pants
party,
around
to be
answer that
sure.
Well, I'm going to just stand up and start doing some stretching.
John, your character whose name is Cyrus? Cyrus. You stand up as you always do, as you're always used to doing, and your standing up seems different than usual, as the same amount of effort produces you launching yourself into the sky a good 30 feet.
Ooh. Oh my.
I'd like you to make a roll for me, please.
Sure.
Scroll
roll
to
would
my
you like?
notes here. You were not expecting this, and the normal power of you standing is launch yourself into the sky like this. So to control the fall, which is coming, you're not defying gravity. Go ahead and make me a dex save, please.
I can do that.
15. Let me know if you fail or not, because I'm not looking at that screen.
Again, why? I gotta fail.
You got to fail. You are not able to control your descent overly well, and you land poorly. Roll a d6.
No. Okay. Go 1.
1. You do take a little bit of damage from that, but far less than a fall of that height would normally entail. You all see this as Cyrus has just launched himself into the sky. Power not noticed him used before.
You can fly now. That's really cool.
I didn't fly. I still felt the embrace of, I don't know, whatever holds people onto the ground. But
Hang on. Let's see if it's real or not. I'm going to try and fly. And
Before you do that, just real quick, Cyrus, and we'll have Morthos, you do this as well. Go ahead and make me that, what is it called, a reflexive wisdom check?
Oh, you need to know our passive wisdom score?
Passive wisdom, yeah.
Mine is a 9.
Okay.
I have
John, 13. John, you got substantially higher than Morthos. Go ahead and make me that dex save or check there, Chuck, to see if you can land. But yes, same thing happens. Although you go a bit higher as you purposely tried to launch yourself instead of just standing up as normal.
All right, 17 on that dexterity save.
Okay, you control your fall just fine. And you come down to the superhero pose, of course. Dust blasting out beneath you. You look good. You look good.
We can fly, guys. Just putting it out there.
Cyrus, while you were up there on the descent, which was not controlled, it's more like a belly flop, really. You saw a group of creatures, and maybe it was just the distance in the air you were, but they seemed to be very large. You're estimating 10, 15 feet tall, many armed, having a resemblance of both insect and reptile at the same time. And they were heading in your direction quickly.
Are they moving on like all of their limbs?
No. Bottom 2 legs working just like legs. Then 2 sets of arms. And they're armed with pole arms and swords. Not wearing much of anything else. They are accoutered with all kinds of jewelry, like gauntlets of possible gold or silver, amulets, large chokers around their necks, but not much else.
We are being approached by
6 of them, it looks like.
Peoples, like 6 of them,
Mm-hmm.
But they are armed.
I was going to say we could take them, but
I don't know if they had clothes, but they're very big.
Okay. Well, at least we're not at the naked disadvantage here. It's fine. You're all useless now. I've got this. And I'll post up, kind of pointing in the direction, preparing to launch an Eldritch Blast as soon as I see them come around the corner.
They might be friendly.
I don't know how to make that sentence past tense, so they
were friendly? They
Yeah.
might have been friendly.
There was a possibility they could have been friendly, but we need clothes, and they have skin.
You could wear their skins. Yes, I suppose that is a thing. Morthos, you reach out to connect yourself with that eldritch energy within you, and you find that reservoir lacking. You're not able to touch source of your power, but however, there is something else here. Something in the light, the sun around you, and the air around you that you can barely sense. It's almost like your streams of magical power, but not quite. But you're not able to shape it in the same way that you were able to do your Eldritch Blast.
Oh, that's lame, guys. The magic here is all wrong. Like the normal warm and fuzzy energy I get, not there. There's
Something tells me that warm and fuzzy is not necessarily in your vocabulary.
Go ahead.
I just said it.
And roll me a d10.
All right. D10 coming up. That's a 4.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. You feel that, well, not a spell. You feel like you have the power to manipulate these odd rays, this odd energy in the environment that might be useful to you.
All right. I'm going to capture the sunlight and throw it at a wall.
While this is going on, all of you seem to be able to sense what each other are thinking and your motives. Like you can feel Morthos is like his little brain mechanisms clicking over as he decides that he's not able to cast spells, but there's something else here. You can all kind of feel that. You all seem to be a lot more connected with each other than you were before. What are the rest of you doing? As far as I'm concerned, you're still laying flat on your face, enjoying the red-orange moss, because you haven't done anything else yet.
I'll be fashioning crude flap out of moss to wear in place of pants.
Sure, you modest yourself, ripping up a bit of moss, tying it around you. And again, you notice a strange circumstance that movement here seems to be easier. For some reason.
Randall does not care. I stand up in all my glorious nudity.
And launch yourself into the air. Go ahead and make me that dex save. Again, not used to having to move with less effort.
Let's see how that goes. 12.
12. Roll a d6. As you almost think that you've got this fall controlled, but at the last instant, you do a belly flop.
2.
2 points damage. But again, it seems to be a lot less hurtful than you were expecting, impacting the ground from that height.
All right. This is very strange.
Are there any big rocks around?
There's nothing around you. Like this bit of moss that you just kind of woke up in seems to be the only vegetation around. There's no rocks. Okay. In the horizon, all you see are dunes of red-orange sand. Oh, and now these hulking green insects / lizard creatures crusting, moving far faster than you thought they would. Coming upon you now. This is where you'll roll initiative. But everybody increase your dex by 1 and go ahead and modify your strength to 20, please, on your character sheets.
Okay, and you said dex what? I'm sorry.
Add 1 to your dex.
Okay.
And just go ahead and jack your strength all the way up to 20.
There we go. There we go. 16.
Right. So once you've done that, go ahead and roll your initiative.
Done.
Done.
Yep.
Okay. If you guys won't mind helping me out with this if you could just let me know who's going first. And no, I have not rolled for the creatures yet. Just who in your group goes first?
Me.
Looks like John.
Okay. John, you see them cresting the dune. They seem to be, good 200 or so feet away from you, but they're closing the distance fast. And again, you can kind of know or hear what's in their heads. They're all exhausted. They're all having trouble breathing, much like you are, but it seems to be affecting them more. But more than that, they also see you as pieces of profit, something they can use.
All right. I will assume that they can also hear my thoughts, so I will drop into a fighting stance and go. I am thinking very loudly in my own head. You aren't gonna want any of this. There's no profit here, bucko.
Okay. You do that. Who's next in the list?
Looks like
A tie.
Morthos
Yeah,
and
it's a
I
tie.
are tied.
Okay.
I'll let you go first, Brad.
All right. I am having none of the shenanigans, and being a barbarian, I will pick up a rock and I will fast
There are no rocks.
special it.
There
What?
are
No rocks?
No.
No.
You grab a handful of sand.
Pocket sand.
How many beings are there coming at us? You said
6. And they are definitely large, much larger than you. They stand, about 12 to 15 feet tall. Very menacing. They look to be very strong.
How far away are they at this point?
About 200 feet or so. I mean, if you want to, take an action to pull out a tape measure from somewhere and figure out exactly,
Well, let me whip this out. Tape measure. God. I don't have a weapon. They're coming at us.
They are definitely armed.
Huh. I am going to... And there's no higher ground.
You're on about the highest
flat.
dune around you. So they're actually racing up the side of the dune to get to you.
Oh. Okay. Well, I am going to run down the dune at them.
You failed your dex check earlier. So you run at what you figure to be a goodly pace that you're quite used to, except now you're not. And the amount of force you put into it, again, is giving you results that you're not quite expecting. Go ahead and make me that dex check again. This time it's only a 10, though, because you're kind of expecting it.
15.
15. Okay. You pass. Okay, this means that you've kind of got things under control. It's not perfect, but enough that you have a vague impression about how strong you need to put into motions. Okay, means in combat you're not at disadvantage until each of you has passed the check. You will be fighting at a disadvantage. Okay. You also clear an enormous amount of area, so you close with them.
Okay. Well, being much smaller, I will tackle a leg at the first one coming towards us.
Okay, go ahead and make me a melee attack. And yes, your 20 strength includes the bonus that goes along with having a 20 strength.
Let's see. Melee. I am not used to this character sheet.
Your attacks would be center column about halfway down on the core tab of the sheet. And if you don't have it programmed in, then you would just need to roll a D20 plus 5.
Okay. Then we'll do that. D20. So 16.
16. Well, you latch on to the upper leg of this creature and go ahead and do damage. It's, you're doing this without weapons, so unless being a barbarian gives you any particular extra damage, I believe it's a D4 plus your strength.
Yeah. So 9.
At 9 points, you tear this creature's leg off.
Now I have a weapon. Excellent.
It bleeds and howls. Yeah. As it tumbles to the ground. Who's next? That would be more.
That would be me. Yeah. Having already passed that dexterity roll, I want to do a flying leap.
Death from above. Land on one of them.
From above. Yeah.
Okay. I tell you what. We're gonna do this as a ranged attack with yourself as the weapon.
Yeah. All right. So that is going to be D20 plus 2. That is a grand total of 6.
Okay. So here's how I'm going to do this. You're, of course, going to get the D4 plus your strength, but you're going to get an additional D6 for every 10 feet that you're falling from above as well. Yeah. Yeah, so go ahead and roll that D4 plus your strength and add 4d6 to the damage.
Okay.
And then roll the dex check afterwards.
All right. So 1d4 plus strength plus 4d6. 18.
18. Okay. It used to have a head and neck, which now resides somewhere in its midriff.
I like it.
How did you do on the dex save?
It is a 5.
It was a 5. Okay, you go ahead and roll a d6 in damage. Again, you're going to take some damage, but nowhere near what you should from falling from that height.
I clicked the wrong dice size. There we go. 5 damage.
Okay, that hurt. That hurt a lot, but a lot less than you were expecting.
I've still got 3 hit points left. I'm doing fine.
Oh, if the description wasn't good enough, you killed this thing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I turned it into a turtle.
You did.
So, one limbless, one turtled. Who's next?
That's Jake.
Yeah.
I am. Well, I suppose first I'll actually stand up.
Whoa! First time you're trying it. Yep. You're flinging yourself into the air. Go ahead, give me the dex check. I will make this only a DC 10 because you've observed what's happened to the rest of your friends.
Well, now I've got a 13.
Okay, so you land fine. You can continue with your action.
Yes.
You dramatically stood up.
For my second action, I will follow Morthos's lead and leap into the air towards the foe.
Okay. Yes, same thing. You do another death from above attack. Do this as a ranged attack. Yourself as the weapon.
Yeah, all right. 12.
12. Okay, let's see. Give me a second here.
Or I guess this would be a 14.
Okay, well, that's definitely going to hit. All right. D4 plus your strength bonus plus I give you 4d6, Chuck, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep. So plus another 4d6 in damage.
All right.
And then afterwards, make the dex save to see if you actually landed well enough to not take damage yourself.
$13 total for the damage.
Okay. Yeah.
The dexterity save is a 10.
Okay, just what I needed. You land fine. This one, you just come down, not exactly on the head and shoulders, but on the back with a terrific crack as you kind of plummet through this creature's spinal cord into the desert beneath you, coming at a perfect landing.
Delightful.
Mm-hmm. Blood, viscera flying everywhere. And I believe that's everyone, yeah?
It's everyone.
Okay, so I'm having them go last because they weren't expecting you to be able to close this fast. But now that you're in and amongst them, The 3 that are still perfectly up and capable will attempt to attack, we'll say, Jake, John, and Chuck, the 3 of your characters.
Oh, I didn't close with them. I'm still back.
Oh, you're still back. Well, that makes
Brad.
it easier then. Jake,
Yeah.
Chuck, and Brad. All right. Give me a second. Now, you're all on nude, so your armor classes are going to be, it's base 10 in 5e, right? Plus
Base
whatever
10,
dex
yeah.
bonus you have now. So,
Yeah.
3 attacks is just going to go in order. Jake, it's going to be a 17. Pretty sure that's going to hit you, Jake.
That'll hit.
All right. He tries to carve through you with his sword. Doing 4 points of damage, but only take 3. Also hurt a little less than you were expecting to happen. Brad, you'd have been next. 11. Is that going to hit you? Do you have a dex bonus or no?
I do. I have an AC of 13 currently.
Okay, misses as you weren't really trying to sidestep or move out of the way. Just your natural reactions carried you further than you thought they would, and that's exactly what happens.
Huzzah!
Same to you, Chuck.
AC is currently at 12, so that 11 misses.
Okay, that 11 misses. Same thing. You are moving faster. You feel like you're normally capable of. So you're in the thick of it now with these 3 down, 3 still able to attack. And all of you are, again, kind of sensing what they're thinking. And all of them are gasping for breath. This exertion is making them even more tired. And while it's not comfortable for you guys, you're still able to carry on. After seeing their friends fall, they really want to disengage. But, tough warriors and all, they're not going to do that. Go ahead and roll your initiatives, guys.
Oh, I got a dirty 20.
Oh, I got a nat 20, but then they've got a -1.
I got a 4.
9.
Please,
6.
you're not participating in this fight. Thank you very much.
Slash Morthos, you go first. Barely. This one of them seems to be very fast as well, but yeah.
Okay. I'm on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
No longer death from above. Yeah, there's the closest one. I'm gonna punch up at it as high as I can get, like on its torso.
Okay. You have made that fall save or not? I don't remember.
I've made the fall
You've
save.
made a save.
Yeah.
You're fine. Normal attack. Go for it.
All right. This will be 18 to hit.
Okay, well, definitely hits. Go ahead and do your damage.
All right, and that is. Oh, hang on. There we go. 6 damage.
Okay. Wounded, but you don't take this one out. You also pick up another emotion coming from this creature. Respect.
Oh, I like it.
Respect.
Okay.
All right, and I believe they're next at a 19.
They are.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's resolve yours first, Chuck, since you are fighting this warrior in front of you here who tries to take you out.
Oh, no.
Flash of his blade. He will roll.
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely going to hit.
Yeah.
Right in the ouch button.
Oh. You take nothing as the blade glides across the surface of your skin, but you are amazed to find that it does not actually part your skin.
Fancy.
Whew.
Okay. Jake, or excuse me, John, you're still not there, so it's Jake and Brad that are still in the thick of this over here. So let's do Jake next.
Yeah, right.
Jake, 12. Is that going to hit you?
Nope.
Okay. Slices and hits nothing but air, bringing us to Brad. Ooh, I'm sure that misses. Actually, He goes for this mighty overhand chop with two of his hands on his sword, bringing it down on you, and the other two um, withdrawing daggers from side pouches. And then it seems like the exertion was just too much for him, and he staggers as he tries to catch his breath. All right, who's next? Your side.
I think
would be
that's
Brad.
me.
Because it would have been, those two and then John.
Yes, sir. I will be attacking with the leg I now possess in my hands.
Okay, and did you successfully make the save on the figuring out how to move?
Yes.
Okay. Normal melee attack. Go for it.
Got a 12.
12 is going to hit as they're very fatigued. Go ahead and do your damage. Treat it as a club.
So 5.
Okay, 5 points. Okay. Mighty blow, crushing some of this, some of the chains and adornments that offer some protection to this creature, and definitely does some damage to it as it kind of hunches over and again tries to draw its breath. You haven't taken it out, but you've caused it some damage. Who's next?
I am.
All right.
Let's see. There's a dead fella near me. I want to pick up one of the dead fella's weapons and use that.
Okay. It is definitely made for something that's much larger than you, but you seem to pick it up as if it were a light rapier. Will require you to use two hands to really effectively use it, though. But yeah.
It's unwieldy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I suppose I'll just pull it straight.
And did you make a successful save to kind of get your emotions under control yet?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I landed.
Normal attack.
I landed well.
There we go.
17.
Definitely hits.
All right. What kind of
D8.
damage to do?
D8 plus your strength bonus.
All right. It'll be 10.
Okay. This one already seeking damage. You plunge the sword through its torso. It has expired. It leaves. Yeah. All your friends seem to be taking these creatures out left and right. But I tell you what, since you're still further back, you have the advantage of something else happening. Something is streaking by in the skies above you. It looks like a man, normal human guy, on some kind of flying sled of some sort. And it zips right by you, but then it starts to arc back.
Santa's coming to save us.
I think I see Morthos is struggling a wee bit there, so I am going to assist him. And having seen my companions launch themselves, I'm going to launch myself with a flying punch.
Yeah.
I have
All
not made the save yet, so
we'll do the save at the end when you land. So go ahead, do this as a missile attack, a ranged attack.
Okay.
You'll add, if you hit, you'll add 4 dice of damage to whatever your normal damage for a punch is.
Okay. Let me just change this real quick. All right, so I got a 7.
You got a 7. You miss entirely.
7, yep.
Go ahead and make that dex save. You misjudge, and you launch yourself higher and further than you thought.
Now I get it.
So did you made that save? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
You land almost as far behind them as you were forward to them earlier, but you land well this time.
Okay.
And as you all, some of you have gotten weapons. All of you now have some control over your emotions, much better than you had before. These beings that are still alive all kind of drop to a knee and start to slide until they fall to the desert floor. They're all panting for breath. The exertion's just taken a toll on them to the point where they can't continue further. And out of the sky, This craft, this flying craft, slides to a halt as it slides along the desert sand and comes very close to you. You cannot read this person's thoughts. He steps off, and he does not look like a 15-foot green brute. He's a good little bit over 6 feet tall. Dark hair. His skin has been tanned by the Martian sun, but is still a normal color you would expect. He hops off his vessel, and he speaks to you in what appears to be common. Although there is some component that is kind of working around in your head as well, making him a bit more understood. Let me get to my flavor tests.
I will casually walk bound back over to the other thing.
Mm-hmm. And so he addresses all of you in a voice that kind of carries. He didn't land so close that you can. He has weapons, but nothing's drawn. There's a strange device on his left hip, a sword that you can definitely understand what that is on his right hip. Dressed much like these other creatures in the fact that he's also not really wearing much in the way of clothing, just a lot of metal adornments in the form of like gold bracers, silver choker, things like that, but not really anything in the way of clothing. Maybe a tactful piece of loincloth just to preserve a PG-13 rating. Very tactful. Friends, and I do hope I can claim you as such. I am John Carter, gentleman of Virginia from the USA of Earth. I do intuit that you are strangers to this world as well, but you are not from my own world. I must say I am in an incredible hurry right now, but I feel a kinship of sorts to you all. I can read somewhat of your character, and I must beseech your aid. This world is dying within hours, my friends, perhaps less. I go now to hopefully restart an atmospheric control center that provides oxygen and air to this planet. I feel as it is becoming increasingly hard for myself to catch my wind that I may not arrive in enough time, but your help can make precious few extra minutes that I might need possible. Can I please elicit the aid of you gentlemen?
I will, my leg over my head. Yes! Ha ha!
Behind me, very close, will be another one of these aerial sleds carrying a group of folks. I have been made aware that you are here. I do not have time to fully make you understand what is going on without a little bit of discomfort to your own gray matter that I hope you will forgive me for.
Okay, you got to say that again, just simpler.
So, everybody, make me an intelligence save. There's like a psychic barrage of visuals, audio. It's just you're getting a dump, just a data download.
I got
your
a
brain.
Oh, I got an 8.
I got a 15 somehow.
Nice.
Well, everybody gets it, but those of you that do not get at least a 10 on this are going to be left with a splitting headache, which might have repercussions for the next few hours. That apparently is all you've got left to live.
Ooh.
Ow.
I make my apologies, and I can say no more. My time is precious. Those behind me will fill in the rest. May you be the heroes I believe you are. He jumps on the sled and he takes off, and in the distance you can see a much larger sled carrying a few people coming in. And you're all of you, well, especially those of you that failed that save, racked with, you're still getting this fugue of images. it just so much information is overloading you. Those of you that passed it, it's not comfortable, but it doesn't hurt. John's imparted the ability to understand the Martian language, which you now intuit that all creatures that have the ability to converse on this planet speak the same language, although written languages vary between them.
Okay.
And you are on Mars, which, since you guys are from a fantasy background, really still means nothing to you.
We're on a different plane of existence.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Another one.
I had actually never made it to the astral plane yet, so this is kind of cool. Like, aren't I supposed to have like some string or something?
You look behind you for the astral cord, and you find nothing but your reddening buttocks.
I'm pretty sure that the monks had special herbs.
And spices.
Yes. They made a delightful chicken with it, and it took them places.
Okay, so we're saving the planet by jumping the people on the other sled, and then we're going somewhere.
I don't think we're jumping them. I think they're going to aid us and maybe give us clothes.
There's a difference there. I'm glad someone else listened.
And speaking of things to wear, I'm just going to start looting the bodies of those we killed.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Again, nothing you can really use as well. No, I take it back. They do have small bits of clothing that weren't actually used to, disguise naughty bits or anything. But it seems like clothing is not very used here. But there are, bits of golden armbands and things that you can use. Maybe they're certainly not sized for you. As the creatures you're pulling them off of are 15 feet tall or so.
Either way, it's shiny and. And I got to assume that's expensive.
Great sabers that you shouldn't really be able to lift and use, but you find it to be easy to do.
You said there were pole arms?
Pole arms as well. Yeah.
Oh.
Take one of those great sabers and cut off a length of pole arm half.
Until it's the correct size.
Yes.
Sure.
So
You're
that
smart.
I have a staff.
I'm using the full-length pole arm.
I think you got this 10-foot long pole arm. Yeah, that works. Okay.
Nothing I can't stab now.
I have a leg. Which
You do.
gives me some intimidation as well, so I'll stick with that.
Those are the unless you finish them off, the ones that haven't been slain by you previous scene are still not up to anything, as they're just flopping around gasping for air. And again, it's not that you're not also you certainly are experiencing this. Like, it just feels like the air is thin, or that you're in a room that's just very closed off and there's no airflow. It's not affecting you as badly, but you do feel it. And this other flyer that's coming fast behind John lands much slower. It's not going as fast. And on board, there seem to be there's 4 people on board. And they stop. One of them seems to be the captain. Hails you, and you understand his language. Although, again, it seems to be part you picking up his thoughts and part of what the download you just got from John was, as you're able to understand him. He is introducing himself. Marceau, he points to a person as a co-pilot. Ta'ar is their engineer. Vanza and Thule are their crew members. And this is the ship, the Golchata. They say that John has informed us that there is a place not far from here that might help give him more time to get the atmosphere generator working. It used to be a museum, a place of learning in the past, and it has a small scale generator there. If it can be turned on, it may provide just enough atmosphere for just enough longer that John can fulfill his mission.
Okay. Right then, yeah, let's not.
We should do that.
You are much like John Carter. You are not from our world. Do you have his powers?
Yes.
What are his powers?
He is a mighty warrior. He can leap hundreds of feet into the air. His strength is like the strength of the white ape. He can tear a man in half.
I do look a bit like a white ape right now.
Slightly threatening.
The engineer, a pretty young thing, says, and I hear he's an excellent lover.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Yeah, we definitely got that power.
congratulations to him.
All people from our planet are. Planet, yeah, that's the word. Not plain planet. There's a T now at the end.
Mm-hmm. There's still information kicking around in your brain. You don't have it all out yet, but you do understand, talking to these people, that they are considered to be the red Martians. They are your size, and while they look human, they have a distinct kind of orangish red cast to their skin.
Okay.
The men don't have facial hair either, and you're not sure if that's a preference or if they just don't grow it. But they are similarly adorned. No one's really wearing clothing, but there are a lot of accoutrements. Like they are wearing bangles and bracelets and waistbands and things like that. Which, again, you're kind of filled in on the fact that these are either the spoils of war. One person has defeated another, or they are granted by great ability, or you have gotten the approval of someone in a higher ranking and been granted to you. So everything that they're wearing means something. But again, not much in the way of clothing.
But do you have anything for me to just a bit of modesty?
The engineer points to some sacks. You can just empty that gear out in the back if you'd wish.
Sure. I'll do that.
Yeah, give me one of those sacks. Yeah.
And by the way,
do you require food? Some of you seem to be injured. We have.
I would love food.
Okay. This craft, unfortunately, is not as fast as John's. It'll take us some time to get to the destination. Please come aboard. We'll get moving now. I will tend to your wounds and food. Food, yes. She pours out some, gets into the stores and hands you food. We call this vegetable milk. It is bounteous in our area. What little vegetation is left provides it. It is very nourishing. Here.
Okay. Yeah.
Wonderful.
I've had a lemongrass smoothie before, and it can't be any worse than that.
Well, you could have tried the almond milk that the monks made at the monastery, where you had to crush each individual almond and squeeze it till you get the milk out. The very tiny amounts. It took a long time. But
Did you all wash your hands first?
After a while, it kind of mixed everything. So, a bit of salt.
So is it really almond milk or is this monk milk? It's just sweat. It's just sweat with some almond dust in it.
We called it milk. It was milk-like.
So those of you that have been injured, the engineer is going to Ta'ar, is her name, and she will treat you with some of their herbs, and there's some injectables that go along with it as well. Food is given to you as, again, the motion of this is much slower than John's, but starts heading off over the desert, skimming. One of the crew members, Vanza, asks, you do not have any accoutrements of war. You do not wear the spoils of the defeat of your enemies. Are you truly warriors?
I hold up a leg. I have all I need.
Most of them usually, where we come from, would wear armor or much more covering of a protective nature. I am trained in not doing so and rely merely on my physical and mental prowess to keep me safe. But
why are you covering yourself with a sack?
The sack is simply to cover my more tender bits. I don't want sand in certain places.
No.
Oh, it will get in there, sir.
We do have weaponry that we can offer you, if warriors you be. We have swords, we have pole arms, we have some pistols and a rifle. Are you?
I'll take a rifle.
Skilled in? Hands you with a rifle.
Oh yeah.
I will take
Um,
the sword.
How did you do on that intelligence roll for the download?
I got a 15.
That's pretty good. There's something in there about the rounds, the radium rounds in these pistols and rifles that it's probably a bad thing, or you don't want to be around the bullet. If you fire it in daylight, they kind of explode. You're remembering something about that.
If this is what I think this is gonna be better than anything I'm used to.
Okay.
I'm asking them if they have any sharp, maybe longer bits of metal.
We call them swords,
No,
or a
sword.
dagger, perhaps.
Dagger would work, or like a pointier, kind of like the tip of the syringe, but a little longer, maybe a little thicker. Could throw it.
Thula,
What
one
are
of the other crew members, says, "A knitting needle."
That would work.
They all kind of look at each other, and then kind of guiltily, Ta'ar pulls out a knitting needle. Here you
Okay.
go.
All right, thank you.
Those of you that were injured and are being tended to by Ta'ar, go ahead and roll 2d4. I'm going to do it this way. And that's how much you're going to get back from the healing. It includes some ointments, a few injections, and prodding and poking.
I am back up to full health.
I am at
All
full
8.
as well.
Yeah,
And I will
precious
be taking a sword as well.
little of these supplies left, so try your best not to become so wounded.
You got it.
Who got wounded the worst there?
I was 3 out of 8, so I was down 5.
Okay. So she spends a little bit longer with you. She does a little bit of sewing on you there. Blushes a little. It's like your anatomy is very strange. Is your heart on the right or left side? Touches your chest to feel which side your heart pumps on.
Oh my gosh. It's getting
What is she rubbing the
warm
horn?
over here. Hey. What those out of this?
I cannot sense you either. Why are your thoughts so closed? Much like John's.
It's because we're on different wavelengths. We would have to get to know each other a whole lot better to get those wavelengths a little more smoothed out.
Okay. As you're saying this, like you can read her. Doesn't seem to be an issue. But her words are pretty much an exact reflection of her thoughts. They don't seem to be disjointed at all. So in other words, they are, and all of you kind of notice this. Everybody's words seem to reflect exactly what their thoughts are. So they're very straightforward people.
Yeah.
Morthos, just a second.
Yeah.
Second, miss. Morthos, you could lie to these people and they'll believe anything you say.
Listen, I was just having that thought too.
Ah.
After we save this planet, we're just going to walk into their government building and be like, hey, we're your new emperors. I hope you got the notification on that. And they'll just believe us.
And this is what happens when you have murder hobos put in the role of heroes.
Morthos, I do have a further question for you.
Yeah, I got answers.
Okay. So you were gonna do your thing with your patron, right? Your little
Yeah.
How'd that go?
It didn't.
Didn't you do anything? Couldn't? Okay.
Couldn't. Yeah. It happens to every warlock every now and then.
I mean, just a thought.
What was your thought?
Maybe you want to work on that while we're traveling, because figure out what maybe you can do.
There is this weird thing about the light, and I'm pretty sure I can grab it and throw it at people. But sure, while the rest of the time I will do my best equivalent of meditation to try and harness whatever weird fuzzy magic is going on in this place.
Okay. How did you do on your intelligence save?
Terrible.
Okay.
Like a 5 or 6, I think.
Yeah, nothing really new there. Nothing new there.
Yeah.
Other than something about like there are extra rays in the light that your quote science doesn't know about that are harnessable, much like magic exists, but only some people can harness it.
It's like that. What is that? That one color that only wizards can see.
Yeah, it's puce.
Mm.
Only a wizard see puce. All right, guys, you are fed. You are cared for. This vehicle, while it's about as fast as a fleet horse, not much faster, but the sand is being eaten up below you. The wind as it rushes by is welcoming, as again everything is just feeling so stifling. So it's actually helping a little bit as you're going on. Everyone's not got a lot to say. The engineer Ta'ar is offering the most of what she knows. They have their atmosphere has been destroyed long ago, but we have this atmospheric generator that continues to support life. It has caretakers who have both died, and only John knows how to get into the machinery to let an engineer in to fix the problem. We don't know how he knows this information, but he does. He's our last hope. But in looking to see what we could do to help John, we found that this place of learning, this ancient place of learning, has this smaller scale atmosphere generator that can help. I've brought tools. I brought some spare equipment along in case anything needs to be repaired before it can be started. But it's laid there so long that there will be creatures that have made it home. So warriors, she does look skeptically when she says this, such as yourself, will be needed to get us there safe. And as she's about to complete the word safely, one of the engines on the sled just bursts into flames, and it causes the whole thing to tilt and start to rapidly lose elevation as it starts to careen towards the ground. Everybody make me dex checks, please.
Oh, I got a 4.
I got a
5. Oh, boy.
I got a 9.
Okay. So yes, you are all thrown off the sled at a fairly great height. As the sled goes down, the rest of the crew, having more familiarity with this conveyance, are able to grab onto straps and hold themselves in as the pilot barely manages to bring it down in a controlled crash. The rest of you are flung off. Everybody roll a d6.
Even on 19?
I just got.
Oh no! If you made more than a 10, you passed, and you're still on board the ship. You have to grab one of the ropes to hold you on. All that healing gone in a second.
Yeah, I'm worse now than what I was before.
Back to where I started.
Fall, but again, taking far less damage than you would expect it from falling from such a large height. And you are thrown further away from the ship as it lands. There's some rock now, and you can see in the near distance, but still a distance, what must be the old ancient building they were headed for, as there's something in the sky high up on a promontory that kind of gleams with the sunlight, like glass, like a window. Okay, everyone survived the crash. And immediately Ta'ar goes into her specific talent and starts looking around to see if she can get it back in operational. Says, well, John says we've got mere hours before the generators go offline. I don't think it's possible to reach it by foot, but I believe I can get enough of the ship working that it will take us the rest of the way there. I just need a little bit of time. And as she says this, the other members of the flight team start to take. One of them goes to help her, Thula. The other, Vanza and Marsu, take up kind of positions, and they tell you that there are many beasts in the Martian landscape. We must protect her while she finishes this. Our landing will have attracted something.
Not great.
Well, since we got thrown clear of our stuff, I want to run back and get my sword in my leg.
I'll just bring it to you, I guess. Do you want your things?
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, grab mine
I'm just gonna
too.
toss them to you because it's gonna fly far.
It sounds. Well, I guess the leg's probably fine. Please toss my pole arm gently.
I'll get the gun.
I
It tells me
I
something bad.
huck it sideways
Okay.
Okay.
and come
Um,
scroll over.
What do you guys want to do?
I guess
I'm
we-
looking to see. Oh,
Go ahead.
Brett.
Go ahead.
All right. I was just gonna be kind of observing and looking to see if there's anything creeping up on us.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's active perception. You can go ahead and make rolls on that. Is everybody? If anyone else is doing that, you can go ahead and make rolls as well. Is anyone trying to help?
I'll try to help with the engine.
Okay. Do you have any kind of mechanical skill? Do you have repair or anything like that?
Let's see. No.
Okay. Just make me an intelligence check, please.
Okay.
Now I got the 13 for perception.
18. Holy moly.
And let me know how you did, Jake.
18.
Nice.
Okay. Those of you that were doing the perception checks, I'll get back to you in just a second, Jake. If you got better than a 15,
Oof.
anyone?
Nope.
No one.
Yeah. No.
Okay. You keep a lookout. You're not sure what's going on. Yeah, you're looking for. You're not sure what some beasts. The crew was saying. Yeah, you're doing your best. Jake, your character goes over and she's doing something. She's not trying to repair the engine. It looks like there's like a smaller craft, something that would look like it would just be made to just move either a smaller number of people or maybe just some gear around. But she's pulled that out of the vessel and she's tinkering with that, getting that to work. And you can again hear her thoughts, and she's just there's math going on, and it's like, how long will this take? Can it be done? She's sure it can be done. She just needs a little bit of time, less time than it would take to get there by foot. So you really can't do much other than to see that she seems to know what she's doing.
Well, that's good at least.
Okay. After a little bit has passed, and she's like, I've almost got it. Marsu, the co-pilot, kind of looks around, and he says, Fula? And he starts, Fula! There's no response. Vanza starts looking around, and then he goes for a rifle and starts pointing it kind of like adjacent to where John, your character, is standing there.
Okay.
And you look in that direction and you see this creature with, it looks like a tiger, as in it's got a tiger's mane and kind of like a tiger's face, but it's hairless otherwise and has 10 legs, and it is just finished ripping through the throat of Thula.
Oh, that's not good.
What?
What do you guys want to do? Mark,
It just killed her. There he goes.
okay. Marsu takes a shot with one of the rifles. It misses as the creature seems to be unbelievably fast. And this is where you see that the shot in the daylight is kind of streaks out and misses. It hits a bit of rock behind, and a few moments later, there's a detonation from the bullet as the sunlight hits it and causes it to react, and the boulder is blown into bits. So it's initiative time. I'm gonna roll the initiative for my cat creature, a banth. It's called a banth.
The same noise the Nightcrawler makes.
I got a 22. Anybody else go before that? No. Okay. The Banth is going to launch itself at incredible speed with all 10 of its legs pumping as it goes for Marsu, who is the one that shot it or shot at it with the rifle. Oh, Marsu reacts like a trained warrior that he is, and he dunks, and the Banth sails over its head. As it does so, it lets out something that very much sounds like a lion's roar, which is echoed behind you all as its mate appears.
Ew.
Okay, that is their action. The mate is charging at Ta'ar. So whoever is around there, I think that's just your character, Jake. It's charging towards you. Your guys' turn. Who goes after that 22?
I'm up with a 12.
Okay.
Yeah. So I see the one charging at the person we're supposed to protect. I am going to try and run over there and stab it with my comically large polearm.
Okay. It's not pretty, but you do have control over your exceptional strength and speed, so you are able to stick yourself in there. You can go ahead and make that attack as you rush in before it actually intercepts Ta'ar. The creature itself is no slouch, however. Very high IC or AC. What do you got?
That would actually be a 19.
That hits.
All right. And then what's the die damage on a polearm?
You got one of their polearms, D8.
D8.
Plus your strength.
That is going to be 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay. You wound it, but the creature is sturdy, and it is not giving up its prey. Who's next?
Oh, I got
me.
that recorded. Yeah, John.
Yep. I am going to... I will also go after the same one that Morthos attacked.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to strike it with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
Hopefully. Okay. 25 hits.
You hit.
All right. And then that's going to be 9 damage for that strike. And then as a bonus action, I'll flurry of blows and hit it again.
Go ahead. Yeah.
And hit it again for 11. So 20 altogether.
Okay. Yes, it howls in frustration and a little bit of pain, but this engine of destruction is still going forward towards your ear. It's not giving up the scent. Who's next? Okay.
Suppose I'll run up on the one that's actually been charging forward and doing destruction so far. And I'll just try to swat at it with an unarmed strike.
Okay. Oh, wow.
20. Okay.
Well, that hits. We'll go ahead and just do, that's a natural 20. We'll just go ahead and do max damage.
Oh, okay.
So how much do you do with max? You're unarmed, so it's only a D4, but plus your strength bonus.
That'd be 9 total then.
9. Okay. Yeah, it's surprised. And since you did this, like physically putting your body in the way and I kind of imagine the Kirk chop. It kind of deflects the Martian lion so that it's not going on a straight line anymore, and it kind of whips around to face you, snarling. And I think that leaves Brad.
Yes, sir.
Which one are you going after?
The one that attacked the lady.
Okay, so you're all just kind of leaving that other one alone, who attacked your ship co-pilot. Okay. Okay.
15.
15 actually does not hit. Creature is very fast.
Wait.
It's rolling with advantage. It does that.
Oh.
So you just take the first one.
Okay.
So 15 is what he rolled. Okay.
Yep. 15 is whatever.
It's a miss. So all of you are glomming around this one Banth. to protect our. That's round. So yeah, back at the top. I forget. Do we reinitiate or is it static? It just keeps going.
I was muted. It's static.
It's static. Okay, so the bats
Yeah.
go again. The one that was on your co-pilot, Marsu, is going to try and end him. Wow. He's fighting the creature off using the rifle to just kind of knock its claws away from it. And it just is not able to get through to him. So I think John, your character is the one that the other one is
pretty good a couple of times. So
so it's going to go after you.
That's fine.
I'm pretty sure that hits.
Yeah.
Okay, having hit, it latches its maw on you.
Yay.
Doing 13 points of damage. Are you still up?
Nope.
Well, then the rest of this won't matter. As it has a bite on you, it rakes you with its claws, doing a bunch more damage. But yeah, so you're at 0.
Yep.
And making death saves.
Yep.
Yeah. So he goes down. Your friend goes down in just a spray of blood as this thing rakes and tears at him. And I think that means you're up next, Chuck, with Morthos.
Yep. Well, that's tragic. I'll just try and stab this thing real good with my polearm.
Okay.
That is only a 13 to hit.
That is missed. Actually, no. It's latched on to your buddy there. So that's gonna hit.
Okay.
That's gonna hit. That's latched onto your buddy.
13 is the damage, Chuck.
Oh God, I rolled a natural 1. Never mind.
The pole arm.
I got confused.
Yes, the pole arm. You miss burying the head of the pole arm in some rock, breaking the head off of the shaft. Yeah.
These things.
That's terrible miss.
Okay.
Who's next?
That's John.
John.
John needs a death save.
You got this. It's fine. Look, you're doing great.
Yeah.
One success.
Next.
Actually, is that a success for you? 13.
It should be 10 plus.
It's a 6. So one success. Okay, who's next?
Jake.
You got him, Cyrus, and I'll turn to run away, but then I'll notice the other band.
Yes.
For crying out. All right, I'll go over there and I'll try to swat that one.
Okay. Go ahead.
21?
Oh, that hits. Yeah. What's the damage on it?
D4, you said?
Plus your strength. Yep. If you're just not using a weapon at all.
7.
Okay. You do a bit of damage to it. It does pull its attention away from Marsu, and you see that Vanza was trying to get a vantage point with a pistol. That's why she hasn't done anything yet. So you're over there to help. But there we go. I guess that leaves us with Brad.
Yep. I shall be entering rage.
Okay. That still works. You can get mad. Getting mad's free.
And I will be dropping the leg with one hand and using a two-handed attack with my sword.
Okay.
I think that's going to hit.
That hits.
5?
Yeah.
Okay.
How much damage did you do?
So that's an
You just
additional...
click the sword where it says sword, the purple. It'll just roll the damage for you.
Oh.
Boom.
12.
Oh, a mighty blow. Enough to get its attention as it pulls itself. Like you were attacking, which one again? The one that's eating your friend or the one that's a little further off? The one eating your friend was the one you were closer to last time. So.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot of damage. It stops chewing on Cirrus, and it will turn its attention to you as we head into the next round, because I think everyone's gone. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, I was
Okay.
last.
Okay, so here we go. It's going to tear into you. Oh, I'm pretty sure that hits.
No, it does.
Okay, it gets a bite on 13 points. Are you still up or down? Now, you did rage, so...
Half damage from that.
Yeah, so half damage would be rounded up 7, so I'm at 5 hit points right now.
Okay, as it latches onto you with its mouth, it begins to rake you with its claws. Yeah, it's ineffectual. Yeah, but it's latched onto you.
Okay.
Meanwhile, at the other side, let's see, who drew its attention? Was that you, Jake?
Yes.
Yes, okay. You drew its attention, but I'm going to have Vanza get off a shot beforehand. Okay, she was prepared for this. That's going to miss, though. And we're kind of shooting into a melee. Let me just... Let me just... Okay, you're fine. The shot goes wide. It explodes off into the distance. Okay, now it goes for you. I think that hits.
Ooh, yeah, that's going to hit.
Oh, 8 points of damage. You up or down?
Cyrus, yeah, I'm down.
You're down. Okay, then same thing happens. It just starts to brutally rake you with its bottom claws as it holds onto you with its maws. And just blood's flying all over the place. That brings us back to Chuck.
Short game tonight.
Yeah, everything's great. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Yeah.
Absolutely fine.
I am going to try and dislodge the one that was on Cirrus.
Do they have dumpsters on Mars?
No,
It's already dislodged. It's on another one of your friends now.
Then I'll follow. I will follow and go save Randall.
Okay.
He's not even supposed to be here today.
It's not even supposed to be here today. I'm just going to punch because my stick broke.
Yes, it did. That's going to miss.
11 to hit. Great damage.
You punch Randall in the face. Okay, so I guess that's John making another death save.
I got this.
Come on, John.
You did get that.
Yeah.
Okay. Which brings us to Jake, I think. Yeah. Jake.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Death save number 1. 12.
You made it.
Nice.
Yeah. Good death save. Brad.
See, I'm really angry, and I'm right here with my sword.
You are.
Yeah.
It's still attached to you. It's still got its mouth like on you, trying to rake it with your claw. So it's right there. It's easy to hit now.
So,
well,
23?
yeah, that will definitely hit. Go ahead. Roll that damage.
11.
Your sword goes through his abdomen and just comes up, cleaving through his skull from the bottom. You finish this bantha off. There we go. Back at the top, the one that was harassing the other group with its mate dead, howls in rage. And before that happens, your friend is gonna try and take another shot at it with a rifle, and I put it in the wrong place. Darn it.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's really bad. Fumbles the shot, which means like who was that? Was that you, Jake?
Yeah.
Jake, you're doing your death saves though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Let me think. I can't let a fumble go bad. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make another roll. As that shot goes so wide. Okay. There is a ping near to R. as the bullet almost strikes her, but being explosive, it a few feet off, and it explodes. Chuck,
Yep.
why don't you make me a dex check just real quick?
Yep.
Come on, Chuck.
It's a 4.
Okay, yeah, you don't get out of the area of impact before the bullet explodes, and you're hit with shrapnel. I'm going to let you die yourself. So roll a d4 as incredibly sharp stone showers you.
To survive this, I have to roll a 1. And I rolled a 4.
1.
Oh, I did roll a 1. Yes.
You did. All right.
I'm still
The
up.
remaining Banth is going to attack. Okay.
You fail so hard, you live. Nice.
Listen, I had 2 hit points. Now I've got 1.
Yeah.
Okay. The other Banth kills Marsu as he's bitten and then raked to death with those claws.
Wasn't he the one that we needed?
That was the co-pilot. We need the
that was the
engineer.
co-pilot. Yeah.
Yep. Everything's still fine.
That's why I've been sticking to her.
Well, Chuck,
Yeah.
we're back to your character, Morthos. The other line is preoccupied as is eating your co-pilot.
I will go try and punch the one eating the co-pilot. Not trying to save him, but just trying to take advantage of its distraction.
Makes it easier to hit. It is distracted.
All right, that is a 17 to hit.
That will hit. How much
8
damage? 8 damage. Okay, at 8 damage, that puts it at 0. You knock it unconscious.
Oh.
Mighty Conan-esque punch to the side of the camel's head as it goes down.
Oh,
Boom.
Oh, yes, John, you come to.
Woo!
I was gonna lay down and take a little nap, but I will go over because
Uh,
Conrad
just-
is still.
As the
What's
Banth falls.
Oh boy.
Ta'ar
Oh,
yells
no.
out, "I got it!" As she looks around at the utter devastation around her. Is anyone else alive?
Hey guys, what did I miss?
We're fine.
From my spot on the ground, I just stick an arm up.
She will rush over. So other people that were dying need to make a final death save, but she will get over and start treating people.
Oh
It's
no.
failure, but
One fail, but you had one success. You're okay. All right. She treats you as best she can, using up the last of her herbal kit and injections. Those of you that are injured, unless you choose not to take the healing and save it for another time.
No.
Okay, those of you that are injured, roll 2d4. Not bad. Not bad.
6.
I'll
I'm
take
not
8.
full.
Oh,
close.
Randall.
Oh,
Oh, that
look,
was
there
only a
was two
d4. Randall, roll another d4. There you
Ah.
go.
There-
There
oh.
you go.
Yeah.
Whoops. My bad. Oof. Well, better than nothing.
Okay, so that leaves you, Ta'ar, and Vanza as the only crew left of the Golchata. The
anybody
Golchata actually isn't even really working, as it's just a small sled that she's able to get powered up and to take you the rest of the way.
Somebody know how to fly it.
Yeah, I know how to fly this thing.
Ta'ar can.
Okay.
Actually, Chuck, if you think about it,
No, I did fail that original intelligence.
no. Thinking about it, why don't you go ahead and make me an intelligence check here?
Yeah. That's a 5.
So you think you could, not this minute, but somehow the technology is wrapped up in that effect of extra light rays that are around here. Like there's some effect going on that you're kind of plugged into, and with some time, you think you could actually do something with this, but not today, not
Has
now.
never been Morthos' issue.
What?
Overcon. Has been Morthos'
Yeah.
So Dicey Guy, that's Jeff, is asking, where's the pilot? I forgot to say it. Pilot died in the crash. Pilot died in the crash.
Oh, so we lost the pilot and the co-pilot.
And the co-pilot. Yeah.
That's why I asked who's
Tar
flying.
can
Listen.
manage things.
They said protect the lady fixing the ship.
They-
We
That's
did a
true.
great job at that. 100% success rate.
I will try to. I got a 1 on my intelligence check from earlier. I'm sure I can certainly figure this out. It's just like sweeping with a broom.
Yes.
Okay. So the ride was slower than before, but this would have been much better than trying to do it on foot, even with your incredible hopping abilities, as the air has grown even thinner. It's become labored to take a breath at this point. Game terms, it's a point of exhaustion, I think is works in 5e. Yeah. It is difficult to breathe. And a lot of time passed while you were fending off the bats.
And recovering.
Yeah.
I'm ditching the leg at this point.
Okay. Now remember, there's still pistols, rifles, swords, and pole arms aboard.
Yep,
What
I
would
got
you-
a sword. So.
What
I'm gonna take a pistol.
proficiency would the pistol fall under?
Well, none until you
Okay.
learn how to use it.
All right, I'll grab a pistol.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Essentially, it's going to fall under just basic ranged attack, but you're going to be in modifiers until you've used it a little bit.
Okay.
You
I
learn
just
fast.
know if I'm
or soon.
proficient in it or not, kind of thing.
Yeah. No, it doesn't really fall under. Well, actually, I guess if you're proficient with crossbow, I'd consider that be okay.
Okay.
If you're proficient with crossbow, it's point and click.
Uh,
I'd buy it.
what's the damage on it?
The pistol,
Yeah.
the shot itself does a D6, but if you shoot it in daylight, the explosion does a D10.
Cool.
What does the rifle do?
Same thing, except you can much longer range.
Ah, okay.
At least that's what we have so far. Okay, you continue on. The Hall of Aetheric Industry and Life-Giving Science was the name of this museum back in the day. Red Martian families and children would go here to learn about the industrial endeavors and scientific processes that manufacture a breathable atmosphere that sustains life to all on the dying red planet. What's left of the hall sits atop a roughly 180-foot tall promontory that juts out over a chasm below. It has a great glass kind of observation deck that is the overhang. Kind of below it is like kind of rising out of this chasm is a mesa, and that there is some serious kind of mechanism down there that is encased in a bubble or a dome. But she drops you in front of this building. Right at the entrance. There were two huge, what looks like bronze-framed glass panel doors that was once at the beginning of the entry hall. One door lies at the dust, in the Martian dust. The other one broken off its hinges, kind of hanging on still, but it is freely swinging back and forth, allowing easy entrance into the museum.
I'm
Let's
not gonna
do it.
lie. My ADHD, autistic, whatever brain. When you said the front door lies at the sand, I was
Open it.
standing
down.
there and telling the sand that it was fertile dirt. So
Mm.
anyway,
Just lie to me. Lie to me, door.
lie to me, door.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So you can see inside the museum. There's no lights on in there, so the further back it is, the darker it is. But the sand has, over time, pushed its way into the building, and you can see tracks of many different animals that kind of mark their way through.
Is
And
Tar
if anybody wants to make me, if you have any kind of tracking skill, or if you just want to make me an intelligence check, you guys are welcome to.
is Tar still outside on the sled?
She's still in the sled. She's getting her. She's coming with you. but she's getting the.
Tar, do you have any light?
Yes, she'll throw you what's effectively like a glow stick.
Okay.
A few of them. Each of you can have one.
Nice.
Neat.
Okay. If anybody wanted to make that check, if
I-
you no tracks or anything, you're
I rolled a
welcome to make-
9.
Okay. Yeah, tracks.
Yeah.
Not high enough.
That's what I think.
No, I'm good to just head in.
Oh, look. 7.
Yeah, tracks. Lots of tracks.
Yeah, I think those are tracks.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, so you enter the museum proper. To the right is a foyer with a display area. Visitors used to transit a clockwise loop. So this thing is kind of laid out in a big circle, right? There are display boards that are still kind of moving in text. Anybody that wants to try and read them, can make me an intelligence check.
Why not?
Yep, I know how to read. Let's see what I did.
Just a 10.
11.
Oh, I got
I
an
got a
18.
0.
Yeah.
John.
Them are words. Them are words. Okay.
That's why I was the sweeper.
Yeah.
So the boards explain the engineering and manufacturing process of creating atmosphere. They're scratched and molding and peeling in lots of places, but the information is still legible as you're going through. So you're learning a little bit about how the machinery works. That with what John psychically embedded in your brain will later on possibly give you a bonus if you need to help turn this thing on.
Huzzah! Ha-ha!
What's passive perception for everybody? Anybody got at least a 15 in passive?
I have a 9.
No. 10.
Okay. Yeah. Don't really notice anything. There are also pedestals here with 4.5 to 5 foot busts of, you assume, long dead, eminent red Martian scientists. Again, red Martian because they look like humans instead of the green Martians, which, yeah, those horrible things with 4 arms. One of the busts is badly marred and gouged, as if someone had used it for sword practice.
I'm interested. I'm going to take a look.
Want to take a look at it?
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you give me a perception check?
Oh, this will be awesome. 12.
Okay. Yeah, you think looking at it, this thing is actually designed to unhinge. You can actually see the hinges. You think somebody couldn't figure it out. Was trying to maybe break it open to see what was in it. But you see the hinges.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to open it.
Okay, you do. It releases a latch and the bust kind of pivots. And there's a small cavity behind it, and there's a little box.
Oh.
I
There
get
is
the
a
box.
Narsumian pictograph on top. Did you make your roll for being able to read the language earlier?
Yes.
Comes across your mind as saying ingress or access is what the glyph says. The box is not, it's unlocked. There's actually no locking mechanism at all in it. And it's lined with some kind of soft cloth. And there are a bunch of coins in there, different sizes, different weights. Yeah, with the info dump, Barsumian coins, different values. You kind of configure the values, which ones are worth more, which ones are worth less. But yeah, it's just filled with coins.
Okay. Then I will
Is it worth anything?
sword in one hand, box of coins in the other.
Yeah,
Do
I mean,
do I think it's worth anything? It says ingress. I'm going to assume that this has something to do with opening
Outstanding.
something.
Cool.
okay.
Yeah, so I have a box of coins. Ha ha! I think this might be the key to get us closer to the generator.
Okay. So there's the right or left hand side you haven't gone around yet, and then there's like a big opening that goes out onto the bit of this that stood up over the promontory that's supposed to be like a large observation deck. Do you want to go there first, or you want to check out further to the left first?
To me, our objective is the generator, so I'm going to try to intuit which way I would go. Well, I suppose we'd have to go up to try to see. Yeah, I'll go up.
So there's no up. It's just like I was saying, like, so this is this big opening that goes
Yeah.
out onto what's like an observation deck where it's like
Yes.
it's glass or some see-through material that overlooks
Oh,
the
okay.
station below you.
Gotcha.
And then there's more of this room that you're in now to your left that's not been explored yet. Cha has gotten a backpack together and she joins you finally.
I forgot all about her.
Where do we go?
It's the left door.
Yeah, I'll head towards the left, continue
Gonna
exploring.
go
I
to the
guess.
left. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a second. All right. This area has got a large countertop where welcome visitors would be served refreshments at one end. There are some boxes under the counters. There's ceiling height cupboards against the walls. It looks like everything's long since been carried off, though. There's remnants of trash and debris that fill the floor space. There is a large hole in the wall behind the cupboards. Looks like it was made by, well, damage. Wasn't there originally. Goes into some kind of void or space behind it, though. It's not big enough for you larger folks to go through, but a smaller person could maybe fit through that hole.
That's not me.
That is not me.
We found the goblin den. And also not me.
Bert, I would like to give the coins to Cha because she has a backpack.
Yeah, she slides it into her backpack. She looks like she's got a bunch of parts and tools back there as well.
I don't have pants, so I'd hate to lose
Yeah,
it.
we don't have pockets.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Another
I
reason
could-
why pants are
I mean,
important.
did anybody else put on any kind of clothes?
I mean, I could hold it in my cheeks, but I don't know how well that's going to work if I
That's-
start
that's
swinging the
my
sword around. And nobody wants ass coins, just saying.
I'm wearing a
a bad
bag
thing.
and boss. It's not good for pockets.
All right, so the only thing left then is to walk off into the observation deck area.
Yep.
This used to be crystal clear windows, spherical, giving you an incredible bird's eye view of the scaled model factory below, but it's kind of obscured now by a film of red dust and moss spores. There's only a large missing pane about 15 feet across, high up towards the top of the sphere. Gives you the only clear view of the outside, the sky. Tables and chairs that visitors used to sit and watch what was going on below. There's a safety railing along the rim of the deck. Been physically abused. It looks like people had been, again, using it for sword practice or breaking at it, but it's very hardy material, apparently. Still intact, although some sections are missing and broken. Passive, again, has anybody got a better than 11 passive?
Yes.
Okay. You hear a low buzzing sound, kind of from the center area underneath where that little pane of glass had fallen out, and you've got kind of the clear shot to the sky.
Go see if I can
anybody else
check
hear
it
that?
out more intently.
Okay. Well, in your world, that muddy nest up there would maybe harbor a type of wasp or insect that you'd rather not be stung by, except these are vastly larger. Any wasp or insect coming out of these would be about the size of a dog, like not a small dog. It sounds like
just
beating of wings coming.
Try to be quiet.
Is there, like, would sunlight hit that area?
It could, yeah. So the only other thing in this observation area is like there's a little cul-de-sac area that's a little bit in past where the seats are, and that's the only other thing you haven't looked at here. So those of you that made that with the passive perception, so like you kind of look up and you notice these things. Doesn't seem like they've noticed you yet, or you've not made enough motion to make yourself targets yet. And you don't actually see what would come out of these. You just hear buzzing.
Yeah.
I look at the others. I'm like,
Yeah, I want nothing to do with this.
Is there like a desk
I
or
wish to
something
move
around
on.
here?
There's lots of chairs, but nothing movable. Like everything that was movable has been taken away, and so these are kind of fixed in place.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna squat down and try and hide behind the chairs.
Okay.
I am going to take a slightly different tack. Are these chairs human size?
They're red Martian size, so yes, human size.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of squat down and like pick up a chair. Are the chairs fixed or are they not?
Yeah, they're fixed.
Oh,
Yeah,
never mind.
like the seats will fold down, but the whole thing is affixed.
Gotcha.
We have 20 strength. How fixed is fixed?
Yeah. How much noise will that make unfixing it?
Fuck. Yeah.
I'm hiding.
Getting underneath some seats. Okay.
If I cough while I pull, will that cover the sound?
Are there
Do the Velcro method.
are there like windows?
Sorry.
Up by that? Are there windows up by that?
So where the nest is like the only piece of this dome that is opened, right? And then so you can kind of see the Martian sky through it. Everything else is still closed and kind of covered with this dust, so you can't really see through it.
My question is, do we need to mess with this? We're going for a generator. Isn't it? I would assume it's downstairs.
You haven't found it down yet.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a part in here that we haven't checked out.
This gun here thing makes things go boom. I take one good shot at that.
Okay. I mean, at this point, we fish or cut bait. So I think we do the thing.
Sneak down to that doorway we haven't been through yet. Just squat down.
Yeah,
we move quiet.
I'm guessing only Cha can get through it. All the rest of us are going to be standing here with our stuff in our hands.
I mean,
again, there's an area, the observation room, that you haven't gone into yet.
That's
kind of
where
loops
I'm
around.
thinking.
Yeah.
We sneak down there, not the tiny hole. We sneak down there and get through the door.
And we do that.
I'll give the sneak a try. I'm pretty
right. Give it a sneak try. Yes, I want to roll. That's a good roll.
Yeah.
You
15.
quietly make it over. Anyone else going, or are you going to wait for a report back?
I'm going to, and I got a 15.
Right, everybody that's going, go ahead, give me that stealth roll.
Got an 11. I'm the lowest right now.
Okay.
Got 13.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold
Everyone's
15.
safe.
Yeah, we're good.
Everyone's safe. You get around. You the sound of buzzing doesn't get any louder. You make it around. So there's an entryway here that leads into kind of like, I don't know, some kind of relaxation area. Perhaps there is some kind of large pipes in the walls and a lot of electronic gear. Does anybody have any skills in culture at all, like music or anything culture related?
Religion?
No.
No.
I got religion, medicine, athletics, and accounting. Wait, acrobatics. Sorry, misread that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take that as a no. Go ahead. You can make me an intelligence checks though.
So good at these.
Mhm.
I got 8.
And who all was making this test? Just John?
Everyone can make the test.
12.
I know things. That's 21.
I got an 18.
Yeah, the 18 and 21. It's some kind of large music apparatus. Like you understand that the cylinders with how they're cut, little wedges cut in them at different intervals would make sound coming through them. They're probably keyed to a specific note. It looks like it's some kind of music machine. It's got gears and servos. There's a case with some kind of panel on it. It's a 5x5 grid of buttons, and there's a slot on it as well. Buttons. There are some buttons that are glowing and some that aren't. The buttons have letters and numbers associated with them. And those of you that made your read language roll earlier,
Yeah.
See that there's one button that is not glowing, but does have something you can read on it. It says basically coin return or cancel refund.
I know what refund is. Push that button.
Yeah. Well, push it, but the other thing too is we got coins, so I'm kind of wondering.
Good thing. This could be the atmosphere machine, so we better put a coin in it.
Out of game. I think I figured out what this is. What?
You're welcome to use player knowledge. This is a puzzle. So the way I do puzzles is I'm going to give you a chance to figure it out. If you can't figure it out, we'll just resort to rolls.
It's a slot machine.
Yeah, let's put a coin in.
Or it could be a calliope. We don't know.
Could be.
This could be like a tattoo machine.
I guess I'll ask Cha for the coins, and we'll see what coin size fits the slot.
Okay, yeah. She gives you the box, and then she gives you just a quick. Okay, so these are the values of the coins, and yeah. So each of the lit buttons that have a letter and a number near them, maybe yeah. You can think what you want. Yeah.
Okay.
She's got a bunch of coins. She tells you what the values are.
I'll put a coin in.
Okay, a single coin. All right.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Put in another coin.
Just a random coin.
Okay.
Okay.
A higher value coin.
Okay. Put another coin in. Nothing happens.
Okay.
I'm gonna press the.
I'll push the return.
Oh
Okay.
no!
Coins come back out.
No, put them in and push the button that corresponds to the coin that you put in.
Okay, so no single coin has a value equivalent to the number that's next to the glowing letter and button.
Okay.
But together they would.
Okay. Then
I don't
I
know
guess
math,
we'll
but-
do the simple maths and put in
Okay.
the appropriate coin amounts.
All
Or
right.
we could kick it. That is a solid idea.
I
I
haven't-
know Cyrus knows what's to do. Put a coin in.
Coin goes in.
Okay.
Cyrus.
Put in another coin that will get us closer to the amount of what we're looking for.
Between Randall and I, there is perhaps one brain cell floating back and forth. We play tug and war.
So
I have
playing around
intelligence of 13. I kind of know what's going on.
I
playing
borrowed.
around with this for a little bit, what you find is like the letter B, the Barsoomian version of B has the number 67, and when you put in 67 currency units and press that button, it turns green. Same with all the other letters B, G, I, O, R, V, and Y. But nothing seems to happen as you put the last coin in. It all blinks for a moment, and it seems like you've got exactly enough coins in the box to equal all the numbers that are lit up. But there must be a sequencing issue because
Yeah,
it's just
but
ejecting the money out.
Spelling a word. Well, I can't read. Someone who can read is going to need to write these letters down.
Well, the letters
I
are.
didn't become a pirate by reading. All right.
So I'll put it in. I'll put it in chat. So the letters are B, G, I, O, R, V, and Y. And in that order, B has a value of 67. G has a number of 55. I is 71. O is 50. R is 46. V is 71. And Y is 75.
This is some. So we got to put in. The first coin's got to be worth a set amount of money. I don't even know. Let's just put 2 coins in and see what happens.
If you are done with the puzzle and you just want to make a skill roll, just let me know.
If any of you want to try. Not
Well,
I'll
I will. I'll put the coins in, and I'm just gonna put them in from like lowest value to highest value.
Okay. Again, it all lights up like everything's going right, but then after you insert the last of the coins,
Nothing.
nothing.
Okay. What if I do it from highest to lowest?
Same thing, and it seems like everything is going well until you put in the last highest through, and
Okay.
All right. I think I've got this, and I would like to make that test now.
okay. This actually is useful that it's your character doing this. Make me an intelligence check, but you can add 2 to the roll.
Okay. That would be a 6.
You know that it has something to do. Everything here seems like this weird light energy that you feel like you can tap into. The vehicles run on light, also tapping into this light. This culture has a lot with their mechanisms to do with light. For that role, that's all I'm going to give you.
It's obviously
Oh,
got something to do with how bright it is.
nope. I'm gonna do ROY.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Colors of
I
the
just
rainbow,
looked at it a little bit harder. I was like, I thought it
including
looked like it.
the 2 spectrums of light that are unique. So you do the Roy G. Biv thing, but then there are 2 left over that correspond with 2 letters or numbers that aren't lighting up. When you get everything else in order, they do light up. And yeah, you plug it in. And yes, there's a concealed door here. The wall panel looked like just any other bunch of electronics and musical bits, but it opens, and yeah, there's a sign. No visitor access, authorized personnel only, but it is open now. And there's just like this stone floor with what looks like a switch or a pedal in the middle of it. It's very tight. Well, it's an 8x8 space.
Squeeze in.
Everybody gets
All
in.
uncomfortably gritty, sweaty, barely clothed, some not clothed, just cramming 8x8 space.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have been moving at a good clip. So again, the breathing, still a problem, but it hasn't gotten any worse yet. The engineer pushes the pedal on the floor, and it starts to descend.
Ooh.
Like an elevator.
Like a what?
Like an elevator.
Oh, I get it.
The players would know, your characters wouldn't. It's all fine. Eventually, it stops, and you can't see out through. You don't know what's going on, but as the door opens, you see these huge metallic structures in front of you that kind of go out forward. They look kind of almost like buildings in a city street. They're so tall. There's avenues between them, and you are in the 1/10 scale of an atmosphere generator.
This is where we need to be.
Ta'ar says, yes. I know the way. I know what we need to do. Follow me.
Okay, I'm keeping
And as she brushes by Morthos, she kind of just like her hand just accidentally just touches your arm and slides off as she walks by.
Wow.
You're muted, Chuck.
How dare I? I said I think that might be my future ex-wife right there.
No, if she's mine first, then I'll start running ahead.
I am taking my time and keeping an eye out for anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye backwards.
Okay. You guys are using those glow sticks to get along through here as well as you're going on. Okay. Well, she starts leading you through the city. I would like. Let's see. It's pretty vast down here too, by the way, and it's it's only a tenth of a scale. Let me have Chuck. Roll me percentile dice, please.
Yeah.
In the back of my head, I'm searching for what a rave is.
Nice. 86.
Okay. Now roll me a d4.
And a D4. It's a 3.
Okay. As you are going through these, like, building huge sized mechanical apparatus, which you have no idea of what they are, as you walk through we'll call them streets, a light starts to shine up through, like, the flooring, lighting your way, but it's very dim. It's very dim. Just enough to light your way, a little bit better than the glow sticks that you have, but not by much. Okay. And as you're hurrying on, falling behind to R, you guys all feel something is stalking you. Just like that sixth sense, that little hairs in the back of your neck. None of your passive perception is high enough, but you just still get that feeling that something is tracking you through here.
Can I try to, like, push out with the psychic sense kind of thing and see if I can? Yes, you can. There is a creature that is following behind you that has the very much intention of getting a good meal, a good feast.
I have animal handling. Can I push out and try to see if we can?
I like that. Why don't you make me the roll?
13.
13. I'm going to do this as a versus, just cause. What are you pushing out with? What message are you giving? It is definitely an animal's mind, although a higher order animal. It is capable of thought and it is capable of cunning. So what are you pushing out to it?
I'm pushing out. We are not trying to invade your territory.
Oh, he doesn't care about that. It's hungry.
Oh. We are not the meal for you.
Okay.
Can I kind of pick up on that?
What's your class again?
Monk.
Yeah, no, what? I'm just going to say yes. Sure, you can. Sure, you
can. There's plenty outside.
Oh, yeah, you can't get outside. You guys came down an elevator to get down here.
We'll teach him how to use the elevator.
Oh, okay. I think that's a bit much. I think it's a bit more than it's animal cunning, but animal mind can deal with.
No, that's fine.
So you haven't convinced it to not think of you as a meal, but you've given it pause to consider. So it's still pacing you, still following you. Dar comes to a room of cabinets and such, and she starts rifling through everything. And she's like, we're gonna need these parts. We're gonna need these parts to do things. Just give me a moment.
All right.
I'm gonna keep my brain out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to get a sense of its, there's got to be a level of excitement that it will achieve when it is closer. So I'm going to try to sense its level of intensity of hunt. And
okay. Oh, it's still very hungry and it's still following you, but it is more wary because you've given some confusion in its mind. I'll give you that. Okay. So while you're in the room, she's like, Morthos, can you help me? I need some help with these boxes.
Oh my gosh.
You're so strong.
Your hands to yourself, but yes.
Okay. She's looking. She's like, "Can you look for this glyph?" And she kind of just sketches out something on the ground. That's what I need.
Oh, yeah, I'll look for it.
Okay. I would like you to make me a wisdom save, please.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. It's a 10. Higher than I was expecting.
Yeah, me too.
Vote of confidence.
Here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Um. Let me think. I like that. Here's what I'm gonna do. Since you're a spellcaster and
Yeah.
you've kind of intuited these waves and you're kind of getting the hang of this telepathy thing, it's just a little bit more than just like verbally seducing you. There's a little bit of a mental thrust to it that she just tried on you.
Oh no, she's trying to.
Do you want to go along with it, or like how are you acting to it? She just tried something on you. You don't know what it was.
I'll
Tell her you're not from Havana and move on.
no feeling that she's trying to do something. I'll play along with it.
Okay.
Like oh,
there's the chest there.
thank you.
Yeah. Pick up the chest.
I pick it up.
Follow me out of the room quietly. Don't let your friends know.
I do that. Exactly that.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't well, is passive perception. Does anybody have a passive perception better than a 12?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Those of you that do, notice that Morthos and the engineer are trying to slowly leave the room through another entrance than the one you came in. And they're being a little sneaky about it.
Now look at Conrad.
Wait, I can psychic with them. Can I psychic the three of them? Like she's up to something. I'm playing along.
Okay. You want us to just kind of hang back a little bit?
Yeah, hang back just a little bit.
All right.
Okay. In that case, you and her move through this opening, and she reaches out with her palm and she touches something which slams close the portal that you just came out of and all the other portals into this room. Everyone that's still inside this room, there is a haze and a crackle of energy in the room. Why don't you guys all make me Constitution saves at this point?
Son of
Shouldn't have had him hang back.
If you make better than a 15 or better, you're fine. If you don't, you are shocked, stunned, and unconscious.
12.
Okay.
John and I got 18.
Yep.
Okay. So two of you get shocked, but you're not rendered unconscious. You are stunned for a moment. Some self-defense system or security system was just activated for everyone in the room. And she looks over at you, Morthos. Your friends will be fine. They're just going to slow us down. I need your help. And we're going to have to do something that they probably wouldn't like, but it's the only thing that can save this place.
I throw the chest at her.
Okay. Make me a missile attack.
Since I'm throwing it, can I use strength?
I'll let you use strength for the damage, but
Okay,
not to hit her.
Good. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The dirty 20.
You hit. Go ahead and do damage. We'll call it. It's a fairly heavy chest. Let's call it a D8 plus your strength bonus.
Okay. It's a 9.
Okay, it collides with her, knocking her to the ground, and then something happens. It seems like something she's wearing, like one of the bangles, one of the pieces of ornamentation, shorts out. There's an electrical crackle, and she changes in front of you. It's subtle. She still looks like the same person, but now instead of the Martian red, her skin is a bright lemon yellow. and you roll initiative. Actually,
Okay.
let's do initiative.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got a
she's gonna
19.
run. You go first, though.
Yeah, I got super speed. I chase her down.
But she hasn't run. You make the initiative, so she hasn't ran yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to grapple her.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would make an athletics, and then she would make an athletics.
She's not resisting.
Oh.
She does not resist. You grapple her. What do you want to do?
Are
you grappling to hold, or are you grappling to do damage?
I'm grappling to hold.
Okay.
I grab her.
All right. She tells you, the Red Martians are fools. They deserve to die. My people, we have our own atmosphere generator. You can come. You can come live with us. You don't understand. These Red Martians, these Green Martians, it's nothing but horror. It's never, it's unending war between them. That's all it ever is. They don't deserve this planet.
Wait.
The machine needs to die. My people will live. We have our own generator. You can come with me. You can come with me. And she puts a little bit more behind it than just words. So go ahead.
Yeah.
Maybe a wisdom save.
Okay. Oh, 18. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Again, you don't know what it is she's trying to do, but you have some kind of shielding that you're just immune to it.
Yeah.
You think that maybe others wouldn't be.
Listen,
but you can still read her mind, or at least her surface thoughts. And she's sincere. Like, you can come with me. You can be safe. These other Martians need to die.
Yeah, stop trying to do that mind thing. It's not working. Second, undo whatever you just did on my friends. And then we can talk about destroying this place and moving into your home with you.
Okay. Let's cut there for a moment. The two of you that are still conscious inside of the room. What do you want to do? You're a little stunned. That passes fairly quickly, though. Randall is out cold.
I'm looking for like a button or a switch or a knob, something.
Okay. Do you have any skills in repair or anything at all like that?
I got medicine.
Make me an intelligence check.
Yeah.
I'll always let you roll.
Taking 18.
Oh, not bad. You do find what you think is each of the entrances or exits have some kind of panel on them. They're not lit up, though, and they got buttons on them. Did you pass your roll to be able to read Martian?
No.
They don't have any idea what they say.
I think the one that did is unconscious currently.
Yeah.
I passed too. Doesn't do you any good.
No.
Yeah. Well, while you puzzle this out, you're pretty sure that you've seen the nature of things. These panels operate the machines. You just don't know what the panel says, and it doesn't seem to be. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be alive either. It's not all bright and glowy. Jake, what's Conrad doing? You were also awake.
Randall, get up! Come on, man. I'll kind of nudge him with my foot.
Okay, if you want to take the action to get Randall up, yeah. It was a shock enough to render someone insensate, but not enough to do damage. You wake up Randall. While that's going on, you have the conversation, Morthos, and as she looks up at you, pleading eyes, but then there's this kind of wicked smile that gets on her face. It says, "You're right. I can't affect you, but the white ape will do nicely." Roll initiative, Chuck.
What? 5.
The beast that has been tracking you suddenly looms up behind Morthos and comes down with two white-furred, mighty arms as you're still grasping the woman who's now just like laughing in your face.
Okay.
This is gonna hurt.
And we're off.
I'm sorry, Chuck.
No, it's
White
fine.
apes are nasty. All right, so that's definitely going to
Yeah.
hit. As he basically just tries to rip you limb from limb. Okay. What is the bonus for strength of 20 in this game? Is it a 4 or a 5?
5.
Okay. Sorry, Chuck.
It's
So that's actually the lowest they could possibly roll. 6
I am
points of
still
damage as it grabs one of the arms that you're using to restrain this yellow Martian and attempts to rip it out of its joint. Doesn't succeed, but does do 6 points of damage.
Oh, I got one left. I'm fine.
Okay, so you no longer have her pinned because the arm was damaged, but you still have a hold of her with the other arm. What do you want to do here? She's just laughing in your face.
I would really love to just throw her at the gorilla.
Okay. I tell you what. You still have one powerful arm on her. If you want to just kind of use her, just kind of stuff her into the ape's face. Why don't you make me a melee attack? She will be the weapon. The damage you deal will be done to the ape and to her.
I rolled an
Wow.
Yeah!
So max damage. We'll treat her like a club. So 6 points plus 5 points, 11 points of damage at the ape and into her, which she screams as you do this. It's not enough to kill her or the ape, but it certainly isn't great. You just shove her into the mod face of this white ape. Right. So inside, you guys hear the scuffle. You hear someone laughing maniacally. And Chuck, do you say anything as you whip her around and kind of shove her into the ape?
Yeah, I say a few things that are above PG-13 at her in rapid succession.
Okay. You guys hear this inside, and you hear her scream as she's like used as a battering ram on this white ape. So you guys aren't in initiative yet, but I want to know what you're going to do.
I'm going to start hammering on the panel because I don't know what else to do. And then when that doesn't work, I'm going to hit the door.
You can do it.
I'm going to try to reestablish contact. I want to know where the creature is.
You don't. Well, okay. You want to know where the creature is. I will give you that. The creature's right outside of the door in a blood frenzy because it's going to eat. It's going to eat real food for the first time in who knows how long. It's going to eat. I'm sorry, John and Jake. What were you doing?
I'm hammering on the panel and then hammering on the door.
Okay, hammering on the panel. You destroy the panel. There's sparks and but doesn't seem to do anything else. You want to hammer at the door?
Yeah.
Just do damage. Just roll me some damage. D4 plus your strength, unless your monk ability gives you. Actually, make melee attacks using your monk abilities. Let's see, because time matters.
Okay, and then
just give me the total of the damage you've done.
17.
17. Okay. The door does seem to be taking damage. They're made of metal, made of steel of some sort, but you are starting to buckle it. It's just slow moving. Jake, Conrad sees this.
I'm going to spit in my hands, do a little like that, then grab hold of one of those dents that just got made and try to wrench the door straight up.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. Make me a strength check.
All right. Does this fall under athletics, say?
Yes. Yeah.
25.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Because of the damage that John's character has done to it, though, it doesn't go up all the way, but it does go up enough that your friends can slide under as long as you're holding it open.
All right.
And then there is an open melee in the corridor where you see your friend Morthos facing off against this hulking white ape. And he's kind of using somebody as a weapon.
Just see a fistful of hair as it's getting shoved into me.
Bert, when I get under the door, I'm just gonna stand up with my back and push it further open so Conrad can get through.
Make me a strength check. If you succeed well enough, we'll say that, you
18?
jam it up in there so that it doesn't actually fall back through. So you all can get out.
All right,
So-
come on.
Why don't you guys roll your initiative now? Chuck can keep his. Okay.
Nice.
So, John, you can go first, and then the ape will go, as well as the yellow Martian.
I'm gonna scoot under that door and start whacking that ape with my stick.
Okay.
Not a euphemism.
Well, the 8's not going to hit. Actually, no. What is your to hit?
15.
Sorry. 15? Give me a second. Where's my white ape? 1 second. Okay. No, that does hit. How much
Okay.
damage do you do?
8 points.
Okay. It doesn't even register the fact that you've hit it.
Yeah, and then
I mean, there's blood, or there
Yeah.
you can feel
Well,
like you've hit something, but
I got a flurry of blows, so I'm a
Yes,
bonus
go ahead.
action gonna hit it again. 16 for 12.
yes. Okay. You do some damage to it.
Yep.
It is blood enraged. It wants a meal. Normally, you think this would have at least given it pause, but it wants to eat. It wants to eat.
Fair.
And now on its turn, it will try and eat. Oh, you know what? This will be fun.
Yeah.
Chuck. Yeah. So, who does it want to eat? The meal that you've offered it in its face, or you? 50-50, Chuck. Say
Okay.
high or low. Roll me a D100.
All right. I'm gonna go high and 15.
No. So
Mm.
if you went high, you rolled low. So it is going to go after you. She still has a little bit of mental control over it. So it lashes out at you. You're still holding her in its face, but it lashes out at you.
Yeah.
Ooh, a 12. What's your AC?
12.
12? You know what? I think a body held in front of you would count as at least a
Got it.
point of shield, right?
Face
Okay.
full of yellow Martian.
Yeah.
Sure. She's a shield. She's a shield. Yeah, so he can't quite reach you, even though you're holding her in front. He doesn't want her. Wants you. Wants some of that Morthos meat.
Most.
Yeah. So next up, I think is probably you, Chuck. Did you roll? No, you rolled less.
I rolled a
than
19. That's me.
So go ahead, Randall.
I am going to rage, and I am going to. Can I get behind the ape, or
We'll
do I-
say that the door opened behind the ape, so you're behind the ape. Sure.
Oh, okay. I'm two-handing this thing here.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's not
it's
going to hit.
12.
15 is the AC of the creature.
Okay.
Okay, you rage. Your impotent rage as you rage against the white ape. 16 is... Well, who's next, actually? That was at 19. Who is next?
I thought it was
Or 18,
Jake.
yeah.
Okay, I got
John, Jake. Yeah. John, Brad, then Jake.
You're Ben. Chuck, you'll come up at the end.
Yeah.
All right. What are you guys doing?
Save me, Conrad. You're my only hope.
shoot to a melee because I'm an idiot.
Well, we're behind the ape, so
Yeah.
That is true.
It still has perception of you, though. It's not like you're getting flanking
Yeah.
or anything on it. It is large. It is a very large creature.
And we're underground, so you don't have to worry about the bullets exploding.
That's true.
That's
There's no sunlight.
Okay, so Martian rifle. Here we go.
Okay, is this the first time you've tried to shoot this rifle?
It is.
All right, so -2 to the roll, but you get your dex bonus.
All right.
so 14.
That would just be a 14.
14 will miss. You need a 15 to hit. So you are shooting into a melee. Give me a second. A 9 is not going to hit anyone else in that melee, so it goes off into the distance. So you miss,
Okay.
but you're good. It's
think
a
I'm
single
gonna
shot rifle for
I'm
this
gonna use my
round.
second wind to regain some hit points.
Okay, that'll work. John, you're next.
All right. I'm going to pummel it some more.
That definitely hits. 12 points of damage.
Yeah. And then one more time.
Ooh. Okay. You've done a lot of damage to it, but this creature is a thick boy. He's a thick boy, and still just enraged and just wants to eat. Just wants to eat like nothing else. Chuck, you're up.
I am going to punch the lady.
Okay. So you're holding her with one hand. So with the other hand, you just gonna punch her.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah, it makes her easier to punch. Sure.
it does. It's
Well,
a
that
dirty
hits.
20 to hit.
Nice.
6 damage.
6 damage. Well, she's taken a significant amount of damage being used as a club, so it doesn't kill her, but she's out.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Because I was banking on her mind controlling this thing. So
Yeah, the thing is like bloodlusted now, though, so it's just gonna
Yeah.
eat anything in its way. But she's out. The laughing stops at least. At least there's that. You've
There's
stopped
that.
the laughing.
Well, thank
that.
God for that.
Okay, that's my turn.
So back to the top is the ape. Ooh, what do you do with her after she's unconscious? I mean, you're strong enough to just keep holding her
Yeah,
there,
I'm
or do you
just-
let her?
No, she's a shield now.
Oh, okay. 50-50, Chuck. High or low?
All right.
I mean, you're offering it a meal, or does it go after you because you're a better meal?
Oh, yeah. All right. I'm going to go high.
Okay.
And I rolled a 54.
That's a high. Gonna resist as the ape goes for the proffered meal. You gonna let it eat?
Yeah, it can have it.
Oh,
Yeah.
the ape tears limbs and just shoves an arm into its mouth, rips off a leg, shoves that into its mouth. It is feasting. It is happy. Brad. Well, Randall's psychic impression is like, oh, food. It's so happy. It's so happy that it's eating. I think you're next, Brad.
I am. Can I intuit if it's eaten this person, is it going to be enough, or is it going to turn and
when it's done eating this person, it will want to eat another person.
Well, while he's busy, I'm going to jam a sword in his back.
Okay. Is that how it's going to be?
Double handing. Well, yeah, absolutely.
Kill this poor. Oh my goodness, that's a crit.
My.
All right. So max damage would be what?
So max damage would be a D8 plus 5 plus 2. So 15.
Okay, that hurt it. If we were talking old school D&D or a slightly old school D&D, it would now be bloodied. Which is enough to cause it to drop its meal and want to defend itself. So who's next? I think that's Jake. You want to take another shot, Jake? You missed last time, but you didn't hit any of your friends, and nothing
That's
detonated.
Do it, Jake. Do it.
I don't believe hard enough, apparently.
You miss again. There are people
Yeah.
in melee with it. Let's see. Ooh. Let's see. Would a 17 hit either Brad, Chuck, or John? I
Yes.
think it would hit all of you, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it would hit me
Roll a
even.
D3. Well, but you're behind it, so yeah, you're okay. I mean, you're the one that fired it. Just gonna roll a D3 here. Did that show up? It didn't show up. Oh, 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 is John.
Okay.
You were shot by the bullet. Roll that damage, Jake. And it's not the explosive damage, though, because it's not daylight. 4 points of damage as you are shot by a radium round, and you probably want to pull that out of there before you get into the sunlight. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
4 points of damage. Are you still up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I
You
can't
shot him in
see
the
the
butt.
crap.
You shot him in the butt. Which brings us to John's turn.
I have ample backside.
Yes.
Whose turn is it?
Your turn now.
My turn? Okay. Keep beating it with my stick.
Okay. Got shot in the butt, and you're going to keep beating it with the stick. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. You do some damage. It is definitely mad.
That's a miss, though.
Yeah, it's a miss. Okay. Chuck.
Yeah, I was thinking after it took the meal, like, all right, now we can make friends with it and it'll go away. And then all of a sudden I see my friends running in and attacking it. All right, fine. And I'm just going to punch it real
Okay.
hard. Let's do that one.
That's a miss.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, its turn. Let me think. It really wants to eat. It got interrupted. Randall just did a lot of damage to it.
Yep.
I think it's going to try and take you down, Randall. I think it is. Well, a 14 I think is still going to hit you maybe, unless your dex is really high.
I have an AC of 14.
It hits. And you don't have a yellow Martian to use as a shield.
Nope.
Yeah, so it comes down on you.
You can only take half of this.
Yep.
Oh, 13 points of damage. Are you up or down?
I'm up.
Okay. Well, it tries to tear a limb off and shove it in its mouth, but it doesn't quite work. But it is horrendously strong as it, grabs you, wrenches your arm maybe, but doesn't pull it out of the socket entirely. So you're up.
Am I grappled?
No.
Okay.
No, it tried to yank your arm off. It did damage with its claws, just shredding the arm, but it doesn't keep a hold of you.
Okay. I will scream back at it and son of a...
Yeah, you need a 15 to hit it. So it's fast, it's strong.
Oof. Okay.
Jake, Conrad is up.
Don't worry, I got it.
You gonna shoot?
You
You
can
miss.
in the thing. Please don't shoot me in the ass again.
I don't think a 10 hits anyone, right? Everybody has
No.
a dex bonus because you. Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Waiting for it this time.
Clear miss. It's your turn, John.
All right, keep whacking with my stick.
That hits.
For 11.
Do some damage. That misses. Actually, no. What is it
20?
with the bonus? 20
Yep.
hits. Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
10.
it's starting to slow down a little bit, but its rage sure hasn't. It wants to end someone and devour them.
That's fair.
Chuck, do I want to remind you that you feel like you can kind of do something with your mental energies?
Yeah. It's focused on Randall. So yeah, I'll take a moment to try and do brain stuff.
Okay. All right. This is sensory overload. You're basically kind of what John did to you guys, but not. John did it as gently as possible. You're not.
Okay.
Okay. Roll me a d20.
Right.
Let's see. Any bonuses you would normally have in casting?
Okay.
Can be added to this.
All right. So this is a D20 plus 5. That is
Oh, natural 20.
Nice.
Okay, you don't even have to roll this next part. You scramble this thing sensorium. It can't see, it can't smell, it can't feel. Its brain is just inundated with trivia from your world or whatever you want to throw in there. It is completely overloaded. Its brain shuts down. Yeah, so it stops moving, just drooling.
I got magic again. Get it.
Woohoo.
Okay.
If you guys want to draw it, you can finish it off. It can't put up a defense. Its brain is completely scrambled. You have an unconscious but not dead yellow Martian. You can feel the air is worse. It's getting thinner. You know what? We didn't even take into account fatigue, but we should have. But yeah, so there you go. It's bad. You've got to get this thing turned on. The only person that knows how to for sure turn it on is unconscious. But you can make a stab at it, maybe.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Grab the sack of equipment and go.
Okay. So earlier, someone actually stopped to read the instructional information geared towards children. Brad,
Yes.
get me an intelligence check, please.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay.
you got this. Oh,
20.
you got this.
Yeah, you know where the control center is. I mean, there was a diagram kind of showing this off. You
I
remember
think
that.
I know what to do. Follow me.
Okay, Brad, you lead the way. This thing is all laid out in kind of a grid. It's not difficult if you knew what you were looking for. You just suddenly remembered you knew what you were looking for, Brad. You were just blindly following the engineer earlier. I am
Now,
going to
Randall, when
roll
you say follow you, do you really know where you're going?
Yes.
Look at that
All right.
look in his eyes. He knows.
No random
Snap that
encounter.
Martian's neck.
No random encounter gets you to the control area where this is what you got to turn on, and you're just faced with a bank of switches and gears and buttons and dials. What did you do with the yellow Martian?
Uh,
I
Conrad just snapped her
just
neck.
snapped her neck.
Okay, yep. Okay, that she's gone. Pretty sure she's gone. I mean,
I am bringing her body with me, though. But yes, knowing full well.
Do we have any
that
necromancers in the party? Just kidding.
two levels. I can do something.
Was anyone else in D&D potentially a spellcaster? I don't think monks
just
got
me.
spells per se, right? No, it was just you.
Does
Okay.
throwing wizards count?
No. Casting the wizard or casting punch. No, it doesn't count. Okay, so Brad, you're a little overwhelmed. You kind of like they walked you through a little bit of what was supposed to go on here. You think with some help, you might be able to get this thing up and going.
I volunteer to help.
Morthos, can you help me out, please?
Yes.
All right.
I will hand you tools and such.
You
Okay.
help in that way.
Yeah.
All right. This is
And
gonna
I'll
be a
kind of lay
challenge
it out. I
where-
believe that when I read the thing that it was talking about this, and this, and this.
Yeah. See, normally one person who knew what they were doing could get it all fired up, but you're not absolutely sure, and so you need multiple hands to kind of do things
Yep.
because it's all a time. It's all timing. It all comes down to timing.
Between
Since
the
you're
four
not
of us,
quite
we've got a
sure-
brain cell.
Yeah.
Fine.
So you guys need to accumulate a number of successes before you accumulate a number of failures.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So everybody that's helping, the more hands, the better. Can make me intelligence checks.
Yeah.
Brad is helping by giving you what limited knowledge he knows, so everybody can make your checks +2, but 15's the DC.
I got a dirty 20.
One,
Got a- I'd have an 18.
+2, you say?
I got
All right, so 15 was the target. How many people succeeded? How many people failed?
2 and 2.
2 and 2.
Net nothing. You haven't destroyed the machine. You haven't done anything that's unclaimable. It just takes time, and the atmosphere is getting thinner.
I feel
Better.
like two of us reached in and did things, and then the other two were like, no, that's wrong, and undid.
So I'm going to impose now. You're only at a +1 as it's becoming harder to think, as it's becoming harder to draw breath in.
Okay.
Go ahead. Everybody can make me the intelligence check again at +1.
Didn't help.
All right. I got an 18.
All right, but how many people failed?
3.
Oh, God.
All right, the air is incredibly thin now. Brad, you don't know, or Randall doesn't know if you've made headway or not. You think you've got one more attempt to get this through. No bonus, intelligence rolls of everyone that wants to help.
I will help.
Okay.
Oh, you're a nat 20.
Ooh!
I am so smart.
Does anybody else help, or was it just Morthos? I'll give you 2 for that crit.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Yeah. No.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh, John!
Duality of man.
Oh, that is so
Doomed us all!
All right.
Gotta
one
believe.
crit and one fumble.
Oh, dang.
Conrad doesn't. Okay. Okay. Here's what I want everybody to do. Everybody make me a
Die.
con save. Anyone who fails, it just passes out from lack of air.
I
What's the
critically
DC?
passed.
I pass out. I'm guessing I got a 9.
We got 2 20s in there.
Oh, the rest of us.
Okay. Those of you, so I was looking here for 15 or better. So those of you that got that are still conscious. I think Brad is out though, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Brad's kind of told you what he's looking for. You have no idea if you guys can do it or not. How many of you are still conscious?
I am all of us but Brad, I think.
Everyone
Yep.
but Brad. Okay. What do you want to do here?
Keep
Air
trying.
is running around along the entire planet. It's not like you can run.
Yeah.
Is there
No,
anything
I
else
mean,
you want to try other than just trying to push random buttons and gears? Is there anything else you want to try instead, or do you want to just try and go with what Brad was, or what
how big is it?
Randall was trying to lay out for you?
How big is it?
Can I do a religion check to pray?
You can. I'm surprised it's the first someone tried.
All right. I will pray to whatever Martian god or goddess I have gleaned knowledge of from John
Yeah,
Carter.
I mean, I want to see something substantial. I'll always let you roll, but a 4 is not going to cut it.
If I see Conrad praying, I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. I'm a monk, but I'm gonna try to tune into this weird network thing and see if I can, I don't know, get an inspiration or something.
I'll always let you roll.
I have no idea. How about
Oh,
a
that's
20?
nice. That's nice. There is an entity out there.
Oh, okay.
The download information you got, the god that most Martians pray to is the god Is. Is is kind of like Crom and Conan. Really doesn't
Yep.
give a crud
Doesn't-
what you do. Doesn't really want to help, but won't hinder you either. But that's a nice roll. That's a nice roll. You can feel good about the roll. I want to know what Chuck is doing.
Yeah.
What are you
I'm
doing
watching
with Chuck?
Conrad and Cirrus kneel down and start praying, and I'm like, idiots. And I'll go back to the machine trying to do what Randall was laying out.
All right. Make your intelligence roll. This will help. Take a +2.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Oh,
Natural
natural 20 with nobody else could mess it up.
oh.
That's actually really what I'm doing is putting myself.
Lights go on. John and Jake, your characters fade with the last bit of oxygen to keeping those brain cells going. Morphos, your last vision is machines coming to life. Things whirling on. Lights, switches, motion in the background as machines that haven't moved in who knows how many years come to life, and you pass out.
Okay.
So we're ending there.
Okay.
This adventure has a few twists and turns that I didn't throw in there. I did not put in some more of the random encounters because I wanted to get through the bulk of it at the end here. But much like the John Carter of Mars first book, Princess of Mars, we don't know if John succeeds or not. But one of the things in the book is that John really didn't have time to succeed. Everyone was passing out when John was going towards the reactor. So this is our version of why John had enough time. You succeeded.
Okay.
Enough
Nice.
atmosphere is generated for John to do his thing. And now whether John succeeded or not, we don't know at the end of the first book.
Okay.
But you guys succeeded.
We did it.
In the module, we allow the judges enough to continue on. So whether or not you are all thrown back to your bodies in whatever realm you came in, it's up to the judge. If the judge just wants to have this as a one-shot, so be it. You're all thrown back. If the judge wants to continue on with your adventures on Mars, maybe you stay around. Maybe you could become heroes. Maybe you get to poke around and plunder some more. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. We've got enough in the book to keep you going past this one little adventure. So there it is, folks. This is in support of the Kickstarter, which I'm going to throw back up here real quick. Yeah, back it there. And this is the link to the Kickstarter. It is for the audio, fully dramatized first book in the John Carter of Mars series. Please check it out. One of the nice things that you can get, and there's a lot of nice things. There's a plush Woola. There are maps. There are lots of extra stuff that you can get with this. including our little RPG supplement that will have an adventure, which this is the first playtest through. We will probably correct. It's probably not going to be the final version of it, but it gives you an idea of what we're wanting to do. And yeah, support it there. This adventure was written by, let me throw this up there as well. This is the creative staff that went into writing this RPG supplement. So yeah, if you like it, please take a look at the Kickstarter. Back it if you can. Choose the option that gives you this as the bonus. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate everybody watching tonight. Thanks for playing, folks. Chuck, do you want to give us some outro? Do you want to plug your own channel there?
Yeah. Let's Defenders of Cobalt Wednesday. Hopefully we'll be back for more Night Below using Dungeon Crawl Classics. Friday we should be doing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. And then Saturday we'll be over on your channel for Pirate Board.
Yeah, I guess we are playing some Pirate Board, and you're joining us this time, are you?
I will, as long as I'm still continuing
alive
to overcome my sickness, then yeah.
Awesome. Okay, for myself, check out Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. You can find all of our social links there, as well as over 16 years worth of podcasting and silliness, much like this, as well as our Discord channel where you can get in on the action, get in on some games maybe. Anyone else have something they want to plug there?
Just the Defenders of Cobalt YouTube channel, because it's got old streams. There's some stuff that's only on there, like a Pathfinder 2nd Edition game that I run. And then also I saw somebody mention in the chat about Paranoia. We've got a few streams of Paranoia that we did, so go ahead and check those out too. We had a lot of fun with that.
Cool. Anyone else?
Got nothing.
Okay, we're going to say goodnight then, guys. I hope you like this. Check out the Kickstarter. Back it if you can. There are some incredibly cool people that are going to be in the dramatization of this. Check out the page to find out who you got. It does end on the 18th of this month. It's got 9 days left now. 9 days left now. So please check it out. Back it if you can. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.